Friday, they're in it.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this matchup. First for Oglethorpe. They will go to the floor this way with their starting five. You see the backcourt of Smith and Jackson. Looks as if, check that. It'll be Nikki Reed. Smith and Reed averaging in double figures. Vasquez, another guard, at 7.1 points per game. Burge, a 5'11 forward. And then Legate, the reigning player of the week in the SAA in women's basketball, averaging 12.2 points per game, 9.2 rebounds per contest, 6'1 center. Let's now take a look at the homestanding Center Colonels and how they will go to the floor, much like they did on Friday night. It'll be Wilson, Hicks, Webby, Fee, and Markham. Markham, of course, breaking the record Friday night for three-pointers. She hit 7 in that game and really paced her team to that victory over the Berry Vikings. Yeah. After their win on Friday night, 4-0 now, undefeated in SAA play. Center on a little bit of a roll, 8-7 after the win over Berry on Friday, and 2-2 in SAA play. Ball is up, tap goes to Oglethorpe. Petrel's on the run to start, and we'll go with Reed on the point guard position to start the game. Man-to-man defense by Center. See Smith now on the left wing and back to Reed. A lot of movement on the inside. Watch Legate trying to get position. She'll get the basketball down low. Turn, put it up, bounces off. Rebounded by Webby. And Webby on her horse quickly. And Center will attack the Petrels to try and prevent them from setting up in defense.
Legate has always been a problem for the Colonels. Good job by Fee standing her ground in that first defensive series.
Hicks got stopped. She'll go to the corner and a three on the way. That's good. And Markham picks up right where she left off.
Well, it's good to see her stay hot. Again, had the best game of her life on Friday evening and a good start today.
3-0 Center. Early lead. Here's Smith. Now with the basketball is Vasquez. She'll drive the right side of the lane. Put it up. Got a screen from Legate. And the first points of the game for the Petrels go to Vasquez. Quickly down the floor and attacking the rim is Fee. Ball is knocked away, saved by Wilson. Colonels keep possession. Fee now driving the baseline. Going to go up a reverse layup and got it. Nice move.
I think she was surprised that Legate gave her the baseline. Good strong take by the senior.
Reed now setting the offense.
Offensive foul.
An offensive foul on Legate as she's trying to get position down low. Fouled Fee. And Legate picks up number 1 of the game. Colonels with a 3-point lead, 5-2 in the early going. We've played a little bit more than a minute and a half here in Danville, Kentucky. Tall task for these women today. Here's Hicks on the left wing. Markham on the curl, but couldn't get the pass. Perimeter passing now by the Colonels. Markham got free. Top of the key three. Yes!
Oh, boy. They're going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something.
And quickly, the head coach for the Stormy Petrels, Alex Ritchie, says we're going to get somebody in there to play some defense. Here's Legate down low. Got position, got the ball, missed the layup. And the rebound comes down out of bounds. Hicks touched it last for Center. It'll remain Petrel basketball.
Fee got away with one that time. She raked the arm of Legate. Colonels catch a break.
Triggering underneath will be Reed. And the substitution coming in is Morgan Grindle, a 5'5 senior guard. As Coach Ritchie will say, how about you trying to defend Markham? We'll see if you can do any good. Shot from about 8 feet is no good by Burge. And the loose ball goes out of bounds. Last touch once again by Center. I think Webby may have touched that one.
Yeah, it was. Those two players going for it, same team. It's already really chippy between Fee and Legate, I've noticed.
Smith triggers up top. And finding it is Grindle. Comes off to Reed. 8-2, Colonels early going. Markham doesn't want Reed to go to the right side. Giving Smith the basketball in the lane. No shot. She traveled. Ooh. Smith commits the turnover. Very Oglethorpe-like here in the early going.
Yeah, well, Center's done a good job dictating the pace, making it hard for Oglethorpe to get stuff going. Oglethorpe is the highest scoring team in the conference.
Entry pass to Fee. Doesn't look as if she's going to turn and move. Webby will get it again. Corner, Markham 3. This is a quick one. She didn't really get set, but an offensive rebound. Hicks will go up, have her shot blocked, and it's taken away. And on her horse is Smith. All the way down, layup, missed it. And the rebound comes down to Wilson.
Hicks needed to go straight up for that offensive board. Over on this other end, Burge landed funny when going for that rebound. She's not moving as well as she had been. It's a thing to keep an eye on.
Webby will give it to Fee high post. We're going to get another Petrel substitution, and Josie Thacker will be checking in momentarily for center. Webby was open for a three, dribbles, goes in, shoots from 15, no good, and a rebound foul will be called on Hicks. It's the first foul on center in this half. Substitutions, I mentioned Thacker coming in. Thacker is the 5'8 sophomore forward out of Frankfort, Kentucky. And entering for the Petrels is Donovan. Sydney Donovan, 6'4", junior out of West Palm Beach, Florida, transfer from Furman.
Don't see a lot of 6'4" players in this building on the women's side.
She does stick out. Here's the pass inside to Legate. No basket, foul on the floor. Fee trying to front Legate. Pass went over the top, and Fee held on to pick up her first foul. Another substitution for Coach Wendy Austin Robinson as she'll bring in Brianna Roberts, the 5'9 junior out of Burlington, Kentucky, Connor High School product.
Well, this is a really small lineup on the floor right now for center.
Legate's going to get it, and Thacker on the defensive side. Unless Roberts was the one that came up, it was Roberts that came up that got Legate on the arm, and Roberts has picked up a foul. Going to the free throw line will be Legate. She has not scored yet. And the first one is up and off the mark. On the season, Legate is a 61.5% free throw shooter. Not the best average in the world. Gets 1 out of 2 here. Cuts the lead to 5. Substitutions in. Coming back in for the Petrels is Burge, the starter.
Full court.
They'll also take Legate out and give her a breather. Full court pressure by the Petrels, as Seth said. They are bringing in Carly Marie Dyer, a 6-foot senior. And also Vasquez checking back in. Webby will give it to Wilson. Wilson between the legs, working. Little separation, turnaround jumper is good. And Wilson got just a little bit of a chicken wing push, enough to give her daylight.
The Oglethorpe coaching staff wanted a travel on that one. I thought Wilson did a good job keeping the pivot foot down.
Yeah. 5:40 left to go in the first quarter. Colonels lead 10-3, have started well. Playing good defense as well here in the first quarter. Here's a shot by Burge off the mark, but she gets the rebound and gets tied up. They're going to call Webby for the foul.
That's a few offensive board centers given up, which was the thing that you would expect to happen with Oglethorpe's outstanding rebound margin on the year. Got to snag that orange.
Someone that played a great game on Friday night, Rachel Jennings, the 5'4 sophomore guide for center, is checked into the game for the first time. Smith returns for Oglethorpe. Reed will sit down and get a breather. Jennings played extremely well.
And she got a career high, one of 2 players to get career highs on Friday night. Really shot the ball well and looked for her shot, which is a welcome change.
Passing the ball extremely well. Free throw off the mark for Burge. Already, Oglethorpe having some problems at the charity stripe. And the second one will go down. Team shooting from the line now 2 of 4. No pressure on this possession. Jennings gets across the timeline. And Austin Robinson will go to the bench at the next whistle. And what do we have? Travel on Jennings. Looked like she might have shuffled a bit when she tried to come to the jump stop.
Well, you know, it's one thing to get to the rack against Barry, who was a much smaller team, but when you go up there against Donovan in particular, I could see where that could be a little bit intimidating, especially for a player as small as Jennings.
Little token pressure by center. Kylie Murray and Peyton Harold have checked into the game. No starters in there at all right now for the Colonels. Here's a move by Smith. Crossover dribble, gets her 2. First bucket of the game for her, and it's 10-6 after the Colonels led 10-3.
And, I think Richie thinks that's going to be there for her all day. We'll have to see if Center adjusts accordingly.
Murray will give off to Roberts. And now Jennings again. This lineup was very good on Friday night, particularly Harold and Jennings. 8 on the shot clock. Harold's going to make a move. Tries to pass across the lane and loses the ball. Picked up by Smith. Taylor Smith to the rim, gets fouled. And she does what every coach would love a player to do, Seth, and that's go right at the chest of the defender,
yes.
And Hicks picks it up. For the
Colonel!
Free throws now for the player that was fouled in Taylor Smith, and she'll hit the first one, get another. Cuts the lead 10-7. Little 4-0, now 5-0 run by the Stormy Petrels. Put them back into the game. Down now just one possession. Harold will bring the ball up for Center.
5 reserves on the floor at once for Center.
Wide open for a three is Kylie Murray, and Little Strong. Rebounded by Smith. Check it, Reed on the rebound. And she's all the way to the other end in a hurry. Give it up. This is Burge. Handing off now to Vasquez, and now Smith to Strong. Offensive rebound, Burge, then lost it. Ball on the floor. Harold up ahead to Jennings on the run out, and the layup is good.
Well, that was a good job by Center. It looked like Oglethorpe had an offensive board there. Nice job by Peyton Harold to chase that one down.
Quickly to the front court, the offense of the Stormy Petrels. Back up is Donovan, and then giving off to Reed. A foul called on a hold, and it'll be Jennings with her first foul. She got in a little foul trouble Friday night. Has to watch being a little bit handsy on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that one was on trying to fight through the screen of Donovan, which you have Center's smallest player trying to fight through a screen set by the largest player on Oglethorpe, and Center's in the penalty.
Donovan will hit the first one.
With the way Oglethorpe's been taking it to the basket, it's no surprise. We'll have to see if they keep doing it for the final 3:34 here.
Furman transfer will hit both and tie the game at 10. It's been a while since the Colonels, or not, check that, it's not tied. I forgot about the run-out layup. 12-10, Colonels still with a 2-point lead. But that's been their only points in about the last 3 to 3.5 minutes of gameplay. Jennings finally gets it, working on Grindle, and a hold on Grindle. First foul on her. They're going to try to run you down a little bit by giving you that little bit of pressure in the backcourt just to make you honest.
Yeah, and make it take a little bit of time, too, which, but in the case of Center, they're okay with taking time on the offensive end, probably more so than Oglethorpe. It's a pace that Center would prefer to play.
Harold gets it off, and a long three on the way that's no good by Thacker. And the rebound way up there for Smith. Only one look for the Center Colonels on offense. On their end of the floor, Reed will shoot from the top of the key. It's just a 2.
Nice step back.
And a nice shot by Reed. First points of the game for her, and we're all knotted up at 12.
Center needs to get at least one of the starters back in there. I see Wilson on the scorer's table. Another one wouldn't hurt.
Under 3 minutes. Pass goes.
Oh, Hicks is in there. My mistake.
To Hicks. Hicks will go down to Thacker on the baseline. Back to Hicks at the free throw line. Around to Murray. 7 on the shot clock. Harold's going to go into the lane, get a bump, kick it out. And here's Hicks. Or check it, Murray for 3 at the buzzer, and Murray knocks it down.
And, Coach Austin's going to love that offensive possession. Run the shot clock all the way down and bury one at the buzzer.
Layup attempt, no good, but rebounded by Smith. She puts it up again, no good. And the loose ball, last touch by Legate of Oglethorpe, and it'll give it to Center. The big 3 by Murray. They needed it. It was a 9-2 run by Oglethorpe before that shot went down for Murray.
And credit to the Center reserves for not giving up the lead, though.
Wilson getting instructions from Coach Austin Robinson. Nursing a 3-point lead, nearing the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Murray finds Hicks. And Jennings thought about the three, then goes in to get Legate off her game, and it stays at the center end as the ball was touched by Smith. That was a good idea as Legate approached her on defense, left the wide open middle. Burge sits down, Donovan back in. Now you have Legate and Donovan in there at the same time. You're really at a height disadvantage if you're center here.
Gigantic lineup.
Hicks around Legate, wants to get her up. Block, they call the foul, and that's number 2 on Legate. Good job with the head fake on Hicks's part to get her man up in the air.
Yeah, Hicks has a knack for drawing fouls in the paint, even against the top-of-the-line players like Savannah Legate.
Hicks from the free throw line, a 68% free throw shooter, and she misses one. She'll get another. On the floor now, Markham, Hicks, Wilson, Jennings, and Murray for center. Missed both. Can't leave points on the line like that.
Not against a team like Oglethorpe.
For Oglethorpe, they have Reed, Legate, Donovan, Smith, and Grindle on the floor. And Grindle has it now right side. They're going to play catch around the perimeter. Reed will drive into the lane. Little floater, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by centers Murray, and a tied possession as Legate got her hands in, held it up. The arrow goes to center. And Coach Ritchie will substitute again. It's almost like he's making situational substitutions this early in the game as Vasquez and Burge come back in.
He's been doing that with Legate because of the 2 fouls. This is not an extremely deep Oglethorpe team. If you can get them into their bench, they're a little bit more vulnerable.
80 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Wilson with the ball, working on Burge. Little scoop shot, got it off the glass. What an angle by Cat Wilson.
That's the second time that Cat Wilson has made a really difficult move in the paint and kept that pivot foot down.
Stretch the lead back out to 5 for the Colonels.
Zone?
Looks like maybe a little bit of one here. Yeah, they're going to play a little bit of a 3-2 almost, and a scoop shot there on the inside. Nice job by Smith to break the zone.
You know, Colonels have not played a lot of zone this year. It was interesting to see them go to that because, you know, Oglethorpe, this is not a good shooting lineup that the Petrels have out there.
Jennings will go into the lane, get tied up.
Good play.
And it'll go to Oglethorpe on the arrow. They cannot hold it for the last shot of the quarter unless they get an offensive rebound or a foul called on center on the floor. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 35 on the game clock. See if they hold it for a while or just take advantage of any opportunity here. 17-14 Colonels. Smith and Reed up top. Now they get Grindle involved. Burge, cross court, inside. They find Smith.
Nice.
Great ball movement by the Stormy Petrels, and Smith will finish it off for 8 points in this quarter. Now 7 seconds remaining. Let's see what center can do. Jennings holding it like she has all the time in the world. Got to get it up. Does lay up, but the buzzer won't go. She got free. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. We finish one with the Colonels leading by 1. This is center count 3 of 6 from three-point range, but they're 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Oglethorpe a little bit lower than that, 35.7%, 5 of 14. They have not been hot shooting.
The other thing I noticed from the first quarter sets, the rebounding. Big edge for Oglethorpe right now.
Here's a shot inside. No, Webby had it knocked away, and then the ball trickles out of bounds as it was Reed that lost it out of bounds, lost her footing down there, and it just trickled out. Coach Ritchie wanting a foul called, saying she was tripped, but no call from the official. The officials tonight, by the way, sorry, Seth, Jessamine Bradley, Brooke Shoulders, and Aaron Talbot.
That was a good defensive play by Reed to strip that one because that's one of Webby's patented moves, the little drive with the left.
Wilson gets her man up in the air, gets in the lane, lost the ball. Picked up by Donovan. And
defense really collapsed that time.
Oglethorpe on the run. Reed's going to drive, gets up, too strong. Smith the rebound, up and in for the first lead of the night for Oglethorpe. Smith now in double figures already. We just started the second quarter. She has 10. 18-17. Petrels by 1.
Now, it's been an unassuming 10 points, but you'll take them any way you can. And
Harold will give it to Fee. To Webby. Webby working on Donovan. Underneath, kicks it over to Fee. If she'd have handled it cleanly, she had a shot. But Fee will get called for the foul instead, trying to make up for losing the ball.
Yeah, frustration foul, cheap foul. That's her second foul, too. That's an important one. We're going to get Hicks back in the game for center. That was a good pass by Webby, too. Got to be a little bit more alert.
The two bigs in this game now are the two main bigs for these teams. Center's Fee with 2 fouls, and Legate with 2 fouls for Oglethorpe. Grindle still in there off the bench. They're playing catch around the top. Reed goes into the lane, shoots from about 8 feet, no good. Rebounded by Donovan and put back in.
Well, yeah,
wow.
That's the one thing about the zone. You're susceptible to giving up even more offensive boards. Centers had to go to the zone to stop the dribble penetration of both Reed and Smith, and that's the drawback, and we're going to get a timeout here.
Timeout center, I believe. And this may be a 30-second. Center turnovers into points on Friday night. Finally, Center was able to separate themselves toward the end of the game. See if Center can overcome the turnover problem here. They have the ball with 8.5 to go in the second. Webby will find Wilson on the right side.
You're thinking of the men's game when that happened.
And a push up top. New player into the game for Oglethorpe, Maya Inman, 5'10 sophomore forward out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Making her first appearance in this one, and she picks up a foul less than 10 seconds into the game. Triggering is Harold, trying to find someone, and it's stolen.
Threw it right to her.
And
got to fight harder than that to get open.
Over to Reed. Finding Grindle now. Reed again. Grindle's going to switch the sides of the floor, and an offensive foul. They get Donovan for an illegal screen.
Yeah, you could see that one coming.
She tried to set the screen going right for Grindle.
Yeah.
And then turned around and set it again, but she was still moving.
Yeah, a lot of times those are anticipatory calls, but they're that way for a reason. You actually can't see that foul coming, and there it was.
Pressure again by Oglethorpe on Webby as she brings the ball up the floor. Reed very close to her, but into the front court is Webby. Gives the ball off now to Markham, and Wilson has it. Only starter not in there at the moment, Thacker, the only non-starter in there at the moment, I should say. Wilson's shot's no good from just outside the free throw line. Grindle rebounded and gets it to the front court in a hurry. They love to use Reed off the dribble here from the top of the key to get into the lane and then crash the boards.
And she's going to have a quickness advantage on anybody that goes up against her.
Smith going up with the shot off the mark. Rebounded by Webby, and that was a strong one. Off to the races. Wilson sets for 3. Missed it, but she walked anyway, trying to set.
Well, Cat was anxious to get that one off the ground.
And that is the 7th turnover of the game for Center, as they near double-digit marks now in that category.
Now, Center's not really in a position yet where I would say they need to panic, but I feel like a lot of the offense in this quarter has been with a game-on-the-line sense of urgency. We're not there yet.
Smith dribble drive from the left side. She just lost it. Nice defense by Center as she split 2 defenders. Murray was over there. May have knocked it off her leg. I think Hicks was in the vicinity as well.
Yeah, one of them got a hand on it. That's about the only time that Smith has been stopped today.
Wilson with the behind the back to get into the front court. Goes into the lane. Stops and puts it up, and it's good.
Nice job by Cat Wilson stopping on a dime that time.
The basketball, Vasquez and Reed. Vasquez will shoot for 3. No good. Tapped out. Offensive rebound. Smith will corral. Give to Reed. Reed's going to drive in. Kick it out for a Vasquez 3.
That's a killer. That's a killer. Another offensive board.
That is the first 3 of the game for Oglethorpe, and it gives them a 4-point lead, 23-19. 6:20 to play.
It's not really their game to launch the threes, which was why they went to the junk defense in the first quarter.
Webby finds Murray. Markham now. Wilson, 10 on the shot clock. Gets the screen, goes the other way. 5 on the shot clock.
Got to make a play.
Goes right side, trying to get it to Hicks, puts it up. No call, and the shot clock violation. There's a whistle. And they'll give it to Oglethorpe on the shot clock violation. And now the officials looking at the clock.
I mean, they would just have to reset it here. I think that's pretty much what it was. They were just going to call violation there.
Still talking it over here at the scorer's table as to what they want to do.
Although, if you get the rebound when it hits 0, just let him go with it,
Yeah.
Just let him go with it.
I guess they have to be ready to make that split-second decision for when that light goes off. Still not ready.
No, we got some subs now.
As Harold and Jennings will come back in. Sitting down will be Wilson and Markham. Very small lineup out there now for center.
Not shocked me to see them go back to the zone.
They're shaping it up to look that way. We'll see what they do once the Petrels get into the front court. Now we're ready to go.
Oh, they let 20 seconds go off the game clock. That's what it was.
There you go.
Okay.
Put time back on the clock. Reed will get it down into the set. Inside, turning. Burge puts up a shot. That was wild. Good defense that time by Murray to stand her ground. Pass up the floor to Harold. Inside pass to Hicks. Turnaround jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Murray, and then had it slapped away. Fight on the floor, and loose ball coming out is Oglethorpe.
Oh, you can't gamble.
Smith will stop and put it up. Too strong. Rebounded by Harold and a foul.
That was a quick pull by Smith. I thought she had another dribble. She could have gotten all the way for the layup.
Vasquez will get called for her first foul. And center will inbound. That was a wild, sloppy, about 35 to 40 seconds of play.
Yeah, on both ends.
Checking back in will be Grindle at the next whistle for Oglethorpe. Webby finds Harold. Webby now, as they clear out one side of the floor.
She can take her. She can take Burge.
6 on the shot clock.
She can take either of these.
Into the corner to Jennings with 2 on the shot clock. Somebody's got to put it up. Shot good. Who was it? For 3, it was Webby?
Yeah.
Webby for 3. I was blocked off by Coach Ritchie.
Big shot.
Here's a shot by Vasquez off the mark. Dribbling to her left, picked it up, didn't get set. Colonel's down 1 here. Jennings open for the 3. No, too strong.
I like the confidence that she's shooting with. I don't care that she missed that one. Got to stop ball with Smith in there.
Smith is stopped and gives off to Burge.
Smith is not a threat to shoot 3-pointers. I think she's 0 for 1 on the season or 0 for 0. But she's got such a long first step that you can't really sag off her that much. Nice hesitation.
Missed the shot, loose ball. Webby picked it up. Nice job of rebounding, even though she wasn't in position. Steps it off to the corner, and Murray for 3. He's too short. May have been partially blocked.
Good positioning there. And again, center, much like they did Friday night, trying to get their 3-pointers off in transition.
3:55 and counting now before halftime. Center down 1 point. Here's a run, drive, wild shot, no good. And the putback rolls off. As not able to get it up was Inman, and finally center able to secure the basketball.
But these are 15-round fights for every defensive rebound. Can't pick your dribble up there.
Lazy pass.
Got to help out a teammate.
And Jennings comes down and ties her up. No foul call. A possession arrow, and it'll stay with Oglethorpe, but what a hustle play by Rachel Jennings.
That was a great play.
Our score is Oglethorpe 23, Center 22, 3:27 to play in a second period.
And this quarter, Jim, has been an absolute rock fight.
Inbounding is Smith. She'll get it back and curl back in to take the shot off the window. Good. Thacker couldn't stop her. Smith with 12 points in the first half.
Yeah, nice little dribble handoff action Smith's gotten her points in a variety of ways, but they've all been within like the 10-foot range.
Harold, who had the turnover a moment ago, will give off to Wilson and get the pass to her this time.
Oh, Michaela Fee back into the game.
Thacker with 10 on the shot clock gives it off to Harold. Harold's going to drive, pick it up. Fee to Jennings. Three-pointer on the way. Too short. Rebound comes down to Inman. Petrels looking to take their biggest lead of the game if they can score in this possession.
Now, let's see if they don't take it right at Fee playing with 2 fouls.
Looking for Donovan. It's Grindle driving, throwing it up. Just threw it up, and they get a bailout foul here called on Thacker.
Yeah, bailout's the right word. She was out of control on that one.
First foul on Thacker. And Grindle will go to the line to shoot 2. On the season, Grindle, a 91% free throw shooter. Not shot many, but she is able to knock down that one. First point of the game for Grindle. And if she hits this one, it will equal the biggest lead of the game for Oglethorpe. Substitutions coming in. One is getting ready to come in for the shooter, so if she hits this, they'll hold up play. And the shot is missed, rebounded by Harold. Already into the front court. Harold, scoop shot. It rolls off. Loose ball taken by Donovan on the rebound.
Good strong take. Thought she might have tried to a little bit too hard to take the contact.
Baseline pass is knocked out of bounds. Roberts and Markham coming back in for center. And checking in for the first time for Oglethorpe is Sydney Jackson, number 2, a 5'6" sophomore guard. And Reed is going to get a well-deserved break. She has been playing extremely hard. Donovan on the inbounds, good. Wow, she's just way up there near the rim when she lets it go.
You know, it's like it's like throwing the corner fade to the tight end almost, you know.
6 points for Donovan, and it is the biggest lead of the game for Oglethorpe at 6, 28-22. Inbound inside pass to Wilson, turns around, the defense laid off, and she said, fine, I'll put it in.
I can't believe that they sagged off on her like that. There must have been a communication breakdown.
Getting the ball is Jackson over to Smith, and Smith, little crossover dribble, then short-armed it.
She put her knee up there like Raid Butcher. Yes, you got it. Good.
Got the reference.
Yes.
Webby will dribble inside, bounce pass to Thacker. Thacker in the corner. Has to give it up. Wilson wants to cross over, does, and then gives off to Webby. 3 on the way from Wilson. Got it.
Oh.
She's in double figures now with 11.
And, you know, when Kat makes 2 in a row, historically speaking, she is highly likely to make a 3rd in a row.
Little motion around the outside perimeter. And let Smith do her magic. Missed the shot, foul. Offensive foul. And who was it? Roberts that took it. Great job by Roberts. Brianna Roberts, the 5'9" junior out of Burlington. Stood her ground, and the foul called on Taylor Smith is her first.
Oh, you know, Smith is so fast. Center's not really been able to get in position to take the charge in the game. Nice help defense by Roberts, who I will always give props to because she's one of our student workers, one of our best.
Center now with pressure as they get the ball in. Now just slacking off and one-on-one Reed against Webby. Alex Ritchie using that charge foul as a teaching moment on Taylor Smith. Nice job by the coach here right in front of us. Webby, inside
nice
pass to Thacker, and she's fouled. She went right up after getting the pass from Webby.
Like the bounce feed.
Very nice. And the foul is called on Burge, her first. A lot of players for Oglethorpe. Sorry, Seth. A lot of players with fouls, but everybody has just one except for Legate.
Yeah, it's been a good job by Ritchie to manage his personnel to avoid that. And quite honestly, Coach Austin has done the same thing. This is going to be Center's last crack probably at it with 31.4 to go. They did get in the penalty if they were to turn them over again.
Missing the first is Thacker. And Thacker on the season is a 62% free throw shooter. My stats, she should probably hit this one. Let's not jinx her.
Not have very many attempts.
She does. Josie Thacker, the daughter of head coach Joey Thacker down at Franklin County, who's got a team that'll probably contend for the state title this year.
I'll take your word for it. That's one of my knowledge blind spots. It's high school basketball.
I know Joey real well. Does a great job down there at Franklin County. Oglethorpe will hold for the last shot as there's only about a half-second difference.
Center's got a foul to give here if they want to get him in a helter-skelter situation.
High post screen here.
Give it now.
And Reed will go through the lane, throw it up, loose ball. Thacker, great defense, saved in bounds. Fight for it, and the buzzer sounds on a shot clock violation. There is still 0.1 second remaining. Center wanted to go to the locker room. They were headed off, but still 0.1, a tenth of a second remaining in the half. Not much you can do with a tenth of a second.
Let's run the length of the court lob play for a dunk here. What do you say? let's run the.
You've got it all drawn up.
I mean, that's all you can do for 0.1 seconds. Or you can do the. David Lee had one.
There you go.
Although that was sideline out of bounds. That wasn't length of the court. Trent Tucker famously one time hit a three-pointer with 1/10 of a second to go.
They're actually going to add time on, Seth. I think they're going to put 0.7 on the clock. And I had said in our course of the call that there was about a half-second difference, so I think they're right on.
1.7.
1.7.
31-4. It was 31-4.
They're looking at me like I had the answer to that question. And I was good. Thanks, Coach Ritchie, telling me he thought I had the answer too.
It was actually 31-4.
We like it when the coaches play along, as a matter of fact. 28 your score. 1.6 is what they're going to add. After the shot clock violation, what they were able to do was go back, look at the play-by-play on the statistics, and figure out when the free throw was shot earlier.
All right, let's see what we do. 1.6 seconds. And it's over.
Levy? I don't think that would have counted anyway. Trying to go the 3/4 of the court, and we stopped the first half. In the same situation, that what a push this would give Center's team if they could get a win, even though it's at home, over the number one team in the Southern Athletic Association in Oglethorpe at 14-1 and 4-0.
And it's still early in the season, but it would be a heck of a feather to have in your cap going forward.
Markham has the ball now, and Wilson inside, little running layup. It rolls off. Loose ball taken by Legate.
He's got to be careful not going over the back. She's still playing with 2 fouls, but so is Legate. We'll have to see how that matchup goes.
Back to the man-to-man for Center. Legate on the high post. Double screen up top as they clear it out for Reed, and Reed is blocked by Fee. Great defense.
Kept it in play, too. You love to see that.
Wilson, little shoulder shimmy, doesn't work, and gives it off to Markham. Now Fee, and she'll go into the lane on Legate. Turn around, little scoop hook. No. And Legate stays there for the rebound. With the basketball is Vasquez. Hands off to Reed. Gets around Wilson, but has to troll the baseline and go to the other side. New play called by Coach Ritchie.
He said same play, so let's see if it's the step back.
Step back 3 is no good. Loose ball. Legate chases it down for another offensive rebound. Fakes the shot. And Reed, with a fresh shot clock, sets up again. Vasquez goes inside on a foul. Fee picks up her third.
Yeah, you could tell there was going to be a foul one way or the other.
They are really battling underneath, Fee and Legate. Legate, the reigning Women's Player of the Week in the SAA.
Yeah, they were talking to each other in the first quarter when both of them were in there.
Moving around is Burge in the lane. Been there forever, no 3-second call. Tip up after the missed shot, and again another offensive rebound, and another one. Smith tries, and a tie-up underneath between Hicks and Legate.
4 offensive rebounds on that possession. A lot of ball watching going on by Center while that ball's in the air.
Possession arrow favors Oglethorpe, and it will be Oglethorpe basketball underneath their own goal with 14 on the shot clock.
And as physical as it's been right now, you can't risk having Fee pick up a 4th foul.
Reed Vasquez, good ball movement. Legate muscles that one in. First field goal of the game for Savannah Legate. The 6'1 junior center out of Nashville has 3 points.
You know, this isn't a basketball statistic, but Oglethorpe has dominated time of possession in this quarter.
A lot of offensive rebounds already. Wilson's progress stopped. Go to Hicks. 10 on the shot clock. Webby. Reed fell down, and they're going to get an offensive foul on the screen.
Roberts must have stuck the hip out.
And she does pick up the foul. Roberts with her second. Fee with 3, Roberts with 2. That's the only multiple fouls for center. Oglethorpe has Legate with 2, and that's all.
And Ritchie has made a defensive adjustment. He's put Smith on Kat Wilson in an attempt to put a little bit more length on her. And with her athleticism, she's done a good job of cutting off the dribble penetration. Nice post feed.
Legate again gets the feed and gets the basket. 4 points in the quarter, 5 overall. Legate will give the Peatrels a 4-point lead. Webby all the way around to the left side, gets it back, thought about the 3. Has to dribble away from trouble now. 12 on the shot clock for center, using a lot of that clock. 7, Wilson has to get away from a double team. 4, here's Thacker, got to put it up. She does, missed it, air ball, shot clock violation.
And that was a really good job by Smith to recover on that ball screen. Smith's done a really good job defending Wilson. It's really taken center out of everything they wanted to try to do offensively thus far in this quarter.
Oglethorpe, a different defensive team right now than they were in the first half. Smith inside pass, Legate, and good. And she right now just owns the paint. Went up that time over Hicks.
And you got to play a small lineup right now with Fee, and it's going to be a timeout.
Austin Robinson has seen enough. And a timeout with 6. Center now looking to halt a 6-0 run by Oglethorpe. Triggering will be Markham. Now Webby has it. We'll try to clear out one side of the floor or the other, I think so. Wilson, little hook shot. No, it's not a high percentage shot there.
Got to go one more dribble on Legate. You had good position. Could have drawn that third foul. Nice play.
Steal. Webby anticipated the pass, jumped in the air and got it. Talking NFL cornerback on that one. Here's Hicks. Webby again. Nice behind the back. Good dribble work, as always, from Abigail Webby. Wilson, spin move, shot short. But there for the offensive rebound, we just talked about it. Thacker keeps it alive. And now Wilson drives.
Oh,
wide
nice
open
play.
is Hicks,
Gotta
and
finish.
she missed it. She was wide open. They forgot about her.
All right. Well, the defense just left her. Nothing going right now for center.
Something needs to break the tide or the momentum here if you're a center fan. Oglethorpe has everything going their way. Shot a little too hard by Reed over on the baseline, and it's last touched by a Petrel. It'll be center basketball. That may have been Burge that jumped up and tapped that one. My vision partially blocked.
I think it was.
Burge and Legate both working extremely hard. Legate, though, has been the one here in the early going of the third. 6 straight points. Going to get Grendel back in the game at the next whistle for Oglethorpe. Webby gives to Wilson. She'll split 2 defenders and put up the shot. Too strong.
Online.
She's just off the mark so far here in the first half. Smith gets in the front court quickly, and then Oglethorpe will fall back into a half-court set.
Yeah, Wilson's shot selection hasn't been good, although I didn't hate that one.
Legate quickly throws it up off the mark. Loose ball. Fought for. Everybody's going after it. Smith. And there is a foul called on the floor in the scramble for the basketball, and Markham will pick up her first.
Oh, Smith is just beating center to every loose ball, it seems like.
We have entry passes where she just turns and puts it off the glass.
And that's why that third foul on Michaela Fee was so critical. You could tell Legate from her body language in the first half. She was just frustrated at the way things were going, and she's playing angry right now, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Oglethorpe has their biggest lead of the game right now, 6. They've had it a couple different times, once in the first half. Center stormed back on a 6-0 run at the end of the half, tying it at 28. But since then, it's been all Oglethorpe. And another Legate basket underneath. Good ball movement. Oglethorpe is just on fire right now.
That was a great post feed by Smith. Got up in the air, still had the control to get that pass off.
Jennings into the game. Will give it off to Wilson. Kylie Murray also entered the game. Here's Wilson off the glass. She finally gets one and the foul. And Legate has picked up number 3.
Little continuation there, but center needs it, and they got it.
Legate with 3, and Wilson with the bucket, and to the line. She's got 13, can make it 14, and something finally had to go center's way for them to get back in this game, and that may be the catalyst they need.
Got to do something, and they have to convert at the free throw line. They left a few off the board.
Finally points. It took them 5 minutes and 39 seconds to get points in the second half.
Now, the thing about it is the way Oglethorpe has run their offense in this quarter, I don't know if there's that big of a drop-off with Donovan in there for Legate, because she's taller.
Grindle has it. Now Reed. Oglethorpe back in the half-court set. Smith's going to drive. Made a move and a foul on Jennings. Jennings has picked up foul number 2. Trying to stop the progression of Smith. Smith had already stopped and was spinning to make the shot, and Jennings bumped her.
I don't need to play that tight on Smith. Again, she's not everything she gets is in the paint.
Donovan inside and fouled by Hicks on the inbounds pass. She just goes up over top of everybody and takes the ball.
I feel like when Donovan's in the game, if they have a baseline out of bounds play, they could run that play every time and either get a foul drawn or just get an easy layup.
Hicks with her second foul. Donovan to the line. She hit 2 in the first half. She has 6 points, make it 7 now, and pushing the lead back to 5. 5. Second one bounces in. It's a 7-point lead for the Petrels. Biggest of the game.
Center going with the 2-point guard look right now with Jennings and Webby in there at the same time. It was a good lineup on Friday night against Berry. Different animal today.
3:50 to play in the third quarter. Jennings. They space the floor. She's going to go right. And on the baseline, pass to Murray. Inside to Hicks, working on Donovan. Goes around her. Kicks it into the corner for a Murray 3. No. And rebounded by Inman, who snuck back into the game a moment ago. All the momentum has set up shop on the Petrel side of the floor.
See if they pound it inside again.
They do. Donovan working on Hicks. Layup good. There's just nothing you can do with somebody that big.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
It's been Legate and Donovan in this quarter.
And no one else, really.
12 points for the Petrels. Only 3 for the Center Colonels. Jennings, left side, goes into the lane. Cuffs it, then gives it to Murray. Baseline pass to Hicks. Kick it in the corner for a Webby 3. Yes.
Nice. Good ball movement, good patience.
She hit one in the second quarter. She's hit one there. That's 6 for Webby.
When you fall behind. Oh, that was close.
Almost an over and back, but now a travel called on Grindle of Oglethorpe as they had the numbers. 2 center players went into the backcourt after the basketball. And Reed had the numbers, went into the corner, and Grindle moved her feet.
When you face your first big deficit of a game, you tend to rush things on the offensive end. I thought that Webby 3 was very important for center because they still took a lot of time off the shot clock, but they ended up getting a good shot because of it.
A little pressure by Oglethorpe, but Jennings able to get the basketball. 2.5 minutes to play in the third. Center down 6. Jennings to the lane, shoots it into the corner to Murray. And around the horn, Webby. They set up.
Markham hit 2 threes early in the game, and Richie put Grindle on her, and she's had a hard time even getting one off since then.
Webby attacks the lane. Murray open for a 3. The pass out, too strong. On the shot, and the rebound down to Oglethorpe. Grindle with the basketball. And an offensive foul inside as Donovan will get the foul. Trying to get possession Coach Ritchie arguing the point that she went straight up, but to no avail. Taylor Smith will come out. Reed back in. Reed's breather was abbreviated. Center gets the benefit of an offensive foul call. I didn't see the action underneath, Seth, but
there was a discussion going on between Ritchie and the referees there. Hard to really say what it was about, other than he doesn't think it was a foul. That was just the best I could gather from it.
Yeah, good assumption. Wilson goes up with a layup, no good, no foul called as she hit the deck.
Letting a lot go in the paint, both sides.
Oglethorpe will set up. Hicks doing her best against Donovan, but right now Donovan able to get position, gets the ball, turns around, missed the shot this time, and Webby the rebound for center.
Donovan rushed that one.
Webby into the lane, 8-footer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, off the mark. That's normally a Webby shot. We have 75 seconds to play in the third. Oglethorpe with that 6-point lead.
Center's blown a couple of easy ones in this quarter, too. I think about that last shot by Webby was one that she normally hits. Hicks wide open on the baseline.
Reed to Inman. Inman will drive and put up the shot off the glass. Wow, what a shot high off the window.
I thought she was going to shoot that one over the rim.
First bucket of the game for Inman makes it an 8-point game, biggest lead of the game for Oglethorpe. Wilson between the legs, back to Webby. Wilson again, left corner, 12 on the shot clock.
Wilson's had some success with Vasquez guarding her. Let's see if they give something to her.
Webby with the bump on the baseline, gets free and puts up the shot good. That one she hits.
I thought that was a discard by Webby, and Reed is down.
Reed still on the floor. There was a tremendous collision. Officials deemed that there was no advantage gained for either player.
Not been able to draw those fouls.
I think they've taken Reed off to the locker room, so they'll take a look at her. Oglethorpe with the basketball will hold for one shot here at the end of the quarter as Alex Ritchie holds a hand out, telling Grindle to stay right out there up top. We'll probably wait here for about 7 to 8 seconds left to go.
I got a hunch this one's going to go to number 10.
I think you got a good feeling there, Seth. Here's Smith. Smith, left side. Looks, throws it up. No good. Rebounded. Nice block out by Webby, and that'll end the quarter. No chance on that shot. 42-36. Colonel's anemic in the first part of the third quarter, but number the 15th at Emory and Henry. Meanwhile, Center, fresh off the win over Berry on Friday night, hoping to improve their SAA record to 3-2 with a huge upset if they could get it here today. Wilson will put up the shot from the outside. Good. It's just a 2.
Oh, had a foot on the line.
But Wilson makes it a 4-point game. Center tries to claw back into this one. Here's a 3. Vasquez with a hand in her face, and Vasquez knocks it down. Wow.
And you know, Oglethorpe, and why would they? But they have not been taking a lot of three-pointers, but boy, that one was a timely one.
Webby will drive on Vasquez, kick out to Fee for the shot from the free throw line, no good. Vasquez with the rebound.
See if they go right at Fee with Legate. Both of them back in there.
Biggest lead of the game for Oglethorpe has been 8. They're at 7 right here. Smith to Burge, goes inside to Legate. Fee hit the ball, throwing it up. No good on the shot is Legate.
Oh, they don't know.
And who was it? Center basketball. That's what the official on the baseline says. It's center ball.
Nice job by Fee to guard without fouling that time.
The pass was not clean.
No.
So Fee did a good job of disrupting the play. Webby will give it off to Markham. Around the perimeter, Wilson finds it in her hands. Webby has played a big game here today. Their ability to distribute the basketball. Here's Wilson on a drive as she went to the right side. She's fouled.
And give her some free throws here? Yes, they are.
Taylor Smith will pick up her second foul. She is the third player for Oglethorpe to get into multiple fouls. And going to the line will be Kat Wilson. She's 1 of 1 today. Knocks down the first.
Kat's got 17 points. She's had to work really hard for those 17.
Spread out all over 4 quarters.
Petrels have tried numerous defenders on her. They've made her work for her. And Smith, in particular, that was really the first time that Wilson had gotten a step on Smith and was able to get a halfway decent look or at least drawing contact.
Pulls it to within a 5-point game. Center down 5. Little pressure by the Colonels, and they are able to break it. The Petrels into their front court with Vasquez between the legs driving, putting an elbow in, and then throwing up the shot.
That might be Fee.
And I think it's Kat Wilson with her first foul. That'll put Vasquez on the line, and Vasquez, a 69% free throw shooter on the season, knocks down the first one. He hit a monster 3 just moments ago after Center had cut it to 4. She wastes no time. Couple dribbles and throws it up, hits boom. Something to be said for brevity at the free throw line.
I appreciate it.
47-40, 8:25. And we have a timeout. And it's a 30-second timeout to 4, but a huge 3 by Amy Vasquez of Oglethorpe. Pushed it back out to a 7-point lead, and she has since hit a couple of free throws. Center with the basketball right now, inbounding against pressure. Have to go the full length of the floor. Jim Tyree, Seth Stocksville with you here in Danville today for this doubleheader. Men will follow this one. Wilson gives it off to Fee, way out on the left wing to Webby. And Wilson again working on Grindle. Fee working on Legate. Wanted the basketball, but now the high screen to Fee for 3. Good.
She doesn't take them very often, but she is good enough at them to keep defenses honest.
She had not scored since the first quarter. She has 5 now. Cuts it back to 4. Center just keeps trying to claw. Oglethorpe always seems to have an answer.
Right now it's been Vasquez.
Vasquez with it, and it's stolen. The pass knocked down by Wilson and taken by Hicks. Webby to the left side. Leaves it off. Baseline jumper for Hicks off the mark. And down with the rebound is Smith. She's going to attack. Quickly to the rim. Throws it across the way of Vasquez. 3.
Pretty
good. That's good ball movement. Smart play by Smith.
Really good play by Smith.
And Vasquez with 8 in the quarter, 13 overall. Back to 7 points. And as you said, Seth, Vasquez has been the answer. Under 7 now on the clock. Markham to Fee. Turn around. Shot good.
Ooh, nice little baby hook there.
Nice touch. 7 points for Fee. 5 in the quarter.
Now Fee's just been so limited.
Errant. And a turnover by Vasquez. She thought Grindle would be farther back than she was. Threw it right into the center bench.
And, that was a nice touch by Coach Austin to go to a more aggressive press instead of the token press that they've shown for parts of this game.
Turnovers have evened up. Center with 12, only 2 in the second half. Meanwhile, Oglethorpe has 11. They only had 6 at halftime. Here's Wilson off a screen, puts it up for 3, missed it short. Knocked around, taken by Grindle. And Oglethorpe with the ball again, and a 5-point lead. Legate way up top. Gives it off Grindle, and now Burge. Back to Legate. She's going to drive left side, throw it up, missed it. Good defense by Fee. Made her change her shot. All the way down, wide open.
Ball.
Here's a 3. No good. Off the mark by Wilson. May have rushed it just a bit. Drive by Smith, and she hits the bottom of the rim. Taken by Webby.
That was a sweet Euro, which that was the drawback of having such a good stride.
Baseline jumper from 12. Good by Hicks.
Boy, that is the very edge of Hicks's range, and she buried it.
First points of the game for Ellen Hicks out of Franklin, Tennessee, and it's a 3-point game. This is as close as Center has been since the beginning of the second half.
Right now you got to watch out for number 4. She's the one with the hot hand.
Grindle around a screen, gives it off to Burge. Inside pass, Legate working on Fee. Wants to spin, throws it up.
Travel,
Wall.
yep.
Travel, and the 12th turnover of the game on Legate. Not her individually, but on Oglethorpe as a team.
That would be a record.
That would be a massive amount of turnovers on one person.
George McGinnis would be proud of that. Yes, got another one. Yeah. Or Westbrook, to you younger viewers. He's had some double-digit turnover games.
There you go. Nearing halfway here in the fourth quarter.
George McGinnis once averaged 6 turnovers a game for a season.
Center can pull this to a tie game with a 3, or at least one with a basket inside the arc. Here's Webby on the drive. Has it poked away. Loose ball taken by Smith.
Smith
Good
made a
quick
bunch of
hands
plays.
by Smith. She'll attack at the other end. Shot blocked. Wilson blocked the shot. Grindle on the floor and has the basketball, and a timeout called by the coach, Alex Ritchie. That was a very good play by Wilson to get down and block the shot, but Grindle really going in the rugby scrum there.
Great service, consistency, and...
Back to action. Inbounds comes into Sydney Jackson, who entered the game.
Donovan came in, too, for Legate. Interesting.
And Inman is in as well for the Peatrels. Here's a drive by Smith. Off the window, no good.
So
Loose
much
ball,
contact.
fought for. Inman and Wilson tie up. And
stay.
The arrow stays with Oglethorpe.
So much contact on that last drive, my gracious.
In comparison to Friday night, Seth, this game has been 1,000% more physical than that game was on Friday. And a foul underneath as players were fighting for position. Are they giving fee?
Yeah,
yes, her fourth.
You know, interesting that they would call that one with all the contact they have let go on both sides. And you're right, it has been a much more physical game than Friday. Friday was more of a jump shooting game.
Donovan getting the inbounds, and then they reset after the foul. And I watch Jackson trolling the baseline. Webby looks to have an eye on her. Grindle around the high screen, kicks off to Smith. Smith in the lane, running jump shot, no good. Contact, foul called. Aaron Talbot has been very busy with his whistle, and Markham picks up her second foul.
Well, if you have to put someone on the line, you could do a lot worse than Smith. She's about 61%.
You're exactly on it, Seth. In this game tonight, she is 2 of 2, though, with her 12 points. Missed that one. She had 12 points at the end of the first half. She has not scored in the second half.
Yeah, she hasn't really looked for her shot as aggressively. Makes that one, but she's been aggressive in other ways.
Ball into the front court. Wilson open for 3. Sets up. Missed it. Too short. Didn't follow her shot. And Smith there for the rebound. She would have had it if she followed it.
Fee got knocked. Okay, everything's fine.
Playing with 4 fouls now. Let's see if they go right at Michaela Fee. Inman looks to entry. Does. Donovan kicks it back to Inman. Loose ball as Jackson's there. 9 on the shot clock. They're going to take a while here with a 4-point lead. 4 on the shot clock. Makes a move. Into the lane. Inman off the board. Too strong. Donovan throws it up. Missed it. And another putback is there by Inman. They got too many offensive rebounds.
That's the story of the game tonight. That's probably, if Oglethorpe wins, that's going to be the reason why.
17-3 in offensive rebounds, the difference in this game. Oglethorpe's advantage. Back to a 6-point lead. Nearing the 3-minute mark. Wilson between the legs. Wall.
Yeah.
She did.
Forced it. Did not have the angle. You know, she likes to go to her right, and Smith cut it off.
Center a little pressure here now. This will probably get amped up, I think, if we remain at this level in the last few moments of the game. Look for Austin Robinson to increase that pressure to try and force some turnovers. Smith inside Donovan. Down on the baseline to Inman, working on Hicks. Actually working on Murray down there, and Murray fouled her. I said Hicks, but Murray into the game right now. Hicks not on the floor.
And again, if you have to foul someone, Inman has not gotten a lot of attempts this year, but she's not made most of those.
So Inman on the line, shooting 44% and knocks down the first one. It's one more. Boy, she looks like 100%. She is anyway today. 6 points for Maya Inman.
This has been a really good resolve by Oglethorpe because center came back with a really strong counter punch.
Wilson will want to shoot the three. Here's Markham. Opens, too strong, and a foul underneath against center, and Fee has left the contest. It's equal to the biggest lead of the game for Oglethorpe at 55-47. Still just a couple of ticks under 2.5 to play. Nothing decided yet. Donovan will shoot and hit. I'll give Oglethorpe one thing coming into the game. About mid-range in the conference in free throw shooting, and they have hit it tonight. Now 16 of 20 for 80% from the free throw line as a team. Both free throws go, and center now an emergency offense.
Yeah, they can't afford to run too much clock here, even though their plays sometimes take a lot of time.
Markham to Webby. Back to Markham, open for the three, top of the key. She's off the mark. She was hot early and has gone cold here in the waning stages.
Hey, well, she just hasn't been able to get the ball in good position to shoot.
So Jackson will take some time off the clock. Webby will force the issue. Inman to Smith, driving, has the ball knocked away momentarily, got it back, too strong on the shot. Wilson able to corral a ball on the floor on the rebound. Got to score here, down 10. Shot, open, Markham. And she got this one. She squared up and had time, Seth.
Surprised that she was that wide open. You got to believe Richie was telling his players, watch for 33.
And center will force the issue by getting very close on this man-to-man defense. Minute 12 and counting. 10 on the shot clock. Donovan turns. Hook shot. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Wilson on the floor. Battle for the ball. Gets it off. And Webby on her horse to the other end. Colonels want to score here. Across the way. Hicks. 8-footer. Good. 4 points.
Push. Good push by Webby. Going to be a timeout here.
4 points for Hicks. To the rim.
And, you know, I might go back on what I said. If Jackson gets this inbounds pass, I might go ahead and foul her.
Inbounds knocked away by Webby. Oh, no, Webby didn't touch it. Webby didn't touch it. It's center basketball. The pressure got to the Petrels, and they threw it out of bounds.
How about that? I thought Webby got a piece of that ball from where I was sitting.
That is the 12th turnover of the game for Oglethorpe. Center with 14. Center will inbounds now. Webby will take the inbounds pass. Can cut it to one possession here. Here's Wilson. Getting around, curling into the lane, left side. Little one-stepper into the lane, and Wilson is able to sink the shot. It bounced around. About 12 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Trap over on the sideline. It was last touched by...
Yeah, I think it should be Oglethorpe's.
It is Oglethorpe basketball. They had trapped Grindle. She lost control, was able to regain.
Grindle is the one that you can't foul. I wouldn't foul Donovan either. She looks like she'll just make everything. Foul her.
Now,
good foul.
A foul up top.
Now I checked the stats in that last time. Jackson a 50% free throw shooter.
They did not call a foul. It was an inadvertent whistle.
Oh, really?
Inadvertent whistle by the official.
Well, that's too bad.
Grindle into the backcourt to take it.
Don't foul her.
And now they have fouled Grindle. Oglethorpe wants Grindle to have the basketball and going to the free throw line. We mentioned in the first half, a 91% free throw shooter coming in the game tonight. She has hit one and missed one. Hits that one. So center now will have to go down and score and foul quickly. Grindle's only points have come from the free throw line. She has 2. They're going to bring Legate in for defensive purposes. Grindle on the money, true to her 91% form. With 31 and a half seconds in the game, it's a 30-second timeout for Wendy Austin.
Oglethorpe's other SAA opponents thus far, looking at this, beat Swanee by 15, Rhodes by 10, Berry by 30.
The offensive rebounding is the one thing you can point to.
Yeah.
18-3, the difference. Oglethorpe with the advantage, and they have scored 15 second chance points. Center does not have one single second chance point.
Cross court.
In the corner, Wilson for three. It's on the way, too short. And Legate the rebound, and that may have been the swan song for the Colonels. Timeout called by Oglethorpe. 22.2 and the lead at 5. Donovan will check in for Oglethorpe. Very rare that the top 10 will not have at least one of those games be dropped by somebody.
Right, especially in those leagues up in Minnesota and the NESCAC where everybody is awesome.
Grindle did get the basketball in the inbound from Burge, and she is fouled in the backcourt by Markham, and that's her third. Going to the line is Grindle, 3 of 4. All points coming from the free throw line tonight, but they have been big ones. First one good. She's just about automatic. Up next for Center, they will have a home weekend next weekend. They'll take on Hendricks on Friday night. And then Rhodes on Sunday of next weekend. Missed the second free throw. That keeps it at 2 possessions.
Got to bomb away.
Got to hit the 3. Here's Markham giving to Murray. And Hicks underneath will go reverse layup. Missed it. Loose ball. Fought for. Still on the floor. Here's Markham for 3.
Oh.
No, it was on line but short.
I thought it was good,
and then
too.
a save of the basketball doesn't work for Hicks. And with 1.7, that's going to do it. It'll be Oglethorpe moving to 15-1, 5-0 in the SAA, and Center drops to 8-8 and 2-3 in conference play with the loss.